is hard until you see Fetty hop out with the two. Oh, me and my woodies, we lit. Ayy, see and be fucking your bitch. Ayy, ride for my bros, I can't fuck with.
Go in the room right there and go watch it.
I don't know what to talk about.
What's this about?
I don't know.
Okay.
This is a video, a sit down video. Should I move this chair?
Probably. All right. Nice gripping.
Okay, what are you gonna talk about? Hey y'all!
Hola, hola. ¿Cómo estamos? All right, today we're gonna be talking about some random topics since we have no idea what this is about, but we're gonna talk about something. Okay? All right, so number one, I do want to shout out Z Smoke Shop just because y'all just hit me up on that page, please. We also got Z Modern Gallery coming about. We got 2 different products, 2 different styles, 2 different things you guys can take a look at if you guys, smoking needs, hookah needs, all that fun stuff, zsmokeshop.com. We also have now Z Modern Gallery, which is all home goods, furniture, anything that you think is cool that can be in your house, you can find it there. zmoderngallery.com.
That's cute.
So
yeah. It's, what day is it? Thursday. It's Friday.
Throwback Thursday.
It's Friday.
It's Friday.
Throwback Friday.
Freaky Friday.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's throwback.
What's that? Young Miami. Was it Fuck It Fridays?
I mean, I was trying to keep it PG.
Oh. All the kids log out right now. But yeah. Rose went to the gym without me today. So now after this video, I'm gonna go to the gym without her by myself.
It's okay. You've been going to the gym without me anyways. It's okay as long as we working out, right?
Yeah.
That don't matter. Even if we're in the same building, we right here, right?
Yeah.
So just get right, get tight. Me eat a salad after this.
Oh yeah. Healthy vibes.
Yep.
Even though I just ate Skittles again.
On the last video. You was swearing, I only ate 4 Skittles.
I ate a whole bag just now.
What happened? I had asked that. I was like, what happened to the rest of the bag?
Yeah.
You were strong to stay strong.
I can't.
Be about it then.
I need candy. Anyways.
She doesn't need it, y'all. She be eating really healthy, actually. Don't let her fool you.
I do, but I love candy though.
That you do. And bread.
And bread.
And bread.
All types of bread, if you know, you know. But yeah, babe over here watching Fresh and Fit. How y'all feel about Fresh and Fit?
I feel like you can learn a lot about a male's perspective, and as women, it gives you good insight because sometimes we're stuck in our ways, not realizing like that's the whole gender that in reality most of the time we want to cater to. So it's nice to know from the inside out what you're dealing with, because when you think from your like closed-minded perspective, sometimes it keeps putting you in bad situations.
True. I'm not gonna say anything. My client yesterday, Fresh and Fit had came on, and she was going against every single thing that they talked about. Like she was like, "How do they even have a podcast? Why are they even talking about this?" And then I forgot what conversation came up. They were talking about, damn, I don't remember what it was. It was something, or one of the girls was like, "Oh, like I got my own money. I ain't worried about da 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 da." And she was like, "Period." And then Myron was like, "Men don't care about how much money you make." And and she was like, she was like, "That's true, cause the guy that I just broke up with, she was like, I guess she tried to like do the most for him and like bought him all this stuff, and then when he broke up with her, he was like, bitch, I don't care about none of that shit that you did." He was like, "You're still an asshole."
In reality, most men don't, and whether you agree with it or not, that's not for you to think. That's the whole point. You thinking like that is the problem. You not knowing what the other person is thinking is the problem. And thinking that they're gonna be just like you, then you might as well date yourself. Because we're not here to just watch a feminist type of vibe and then expect for a man to relate. Like,
would you date you?
Yeah, I would date me. Hell yeah, date me. Hell yeah, date
I don't
me.
be looking over here like that.
Hell yeah, date me. Rich, broke, everything. Why? Because I know I'm gonna ride till forever. Period.
That's why I'm here.
It's not a question asked. And it's not about money. It's not about what you can provide for me. It's none of that. It's always about like the team that I have and having somebody that no matter what unconditionally loves me and cares for me. Not just love, because there's multiple aspects that build a relationship, like trust, honor, respect. I provide all of that.
Sorry.
Even with the mistakes that I've made in my life, I know that I would date me just because I know what I'm capable of. It's that simple.
Period.
And I have multiple people like respecting me and loving me for it. So it must mean something, right? Must be doing something right. And I have made the mistake where in times in my life I've done the most for people that didn't deserve it. And that taught me valuable lessons, but that doesn't change who I am. I know that the person that is meant to receive those blessings will appreciate it. And you just gotta be like conscious of who you give that efforts to, because not everybody's gonna love you and respect you the same, you know? Some people are just gonna use you because this world is very materialistic and greedy and based off of just like the first realm, not deeper. I feel like I provide a lot of different things or understand a lot of different things, and maybe when I was younger, other people couldn't relate. Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, speaking on like the whole like fresh and fit thing, I feel like a lot of women don't like it because they literally joke about misogyny, but in reality, do you think a man is gonna expose his secrets and talk about all this stuff for himself? They would have just kept it to themselves. They're doing it for a reason. And the ones that really want to understand and relate are the ones that listen. Now, if you don't listen and tune in and you get defensive and you get upset because you don't agree with it, it don't change the fact that that's what he thinks. Don't date him.
Oh yeah, that's what she was saying. She was like, he must
listen.
She
Like,
was like, he must get no women. Da 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 da. And I'm like, I'm
sure he has a very happy woman at home, because the way that he's talking to you is
Women.
not
Yeah,
the way
multiple women.
women.
Yeah, he's not-
Look at that,
he's not
women.
monogamous.
Because it sounds like it, of course, and that's why a lot of women don't understand or don't relate or get defensive, because at the end of the day, they're not thinking from that perspective. They're not the ones that are probably getting the good hand and the catering to and the pleasing from him. You're not his woman, so you're not going to be able to see that vulnerable soft side of him.
Right.
You know, like, and a lot of women in general like have a problem with misogyny, but not realizing like a lot of the things that they say aren't like, you don't have to do it. It's like when you're scrolling on Instagram, or you're scrolling on Twitter, you're scrolling on Facebook. You don't have to engage with everything if you don't like it. Just shut up and keep scrolling. If you don't like it, move along. Shut up. Like, what's the problem? If you don't like the way he talks about things or he does things, don't date him. It's super simple. Like, and then when you get into your failed monogamous relationship, because I have been in many relationships that, I mean, I wasn't even satisfied and I left. Okay? In reality, it didn't do it, you know? So you get up and you go.
Yeah. And you have to respect the fact that somebody's telling you stuff up front too. Like he's literally telling you who he wants and how he wants you to be. So if you don't want to be that, you gotta be with somebody like that.
Exactly. And that's the part that I like. I'm sure like your client was probably going off and like, what? They're like, feminism to the core, like rainbows, butterflies, and hearts. Like, I get it. But that's not the point. If you want it to be catered to as a woman, go date a woman. It's so simple. And if you don't want to cater to a man, well, I mean, other than dating, won't be single. I don't know, play with yourself or something. Like, at that point, like, like, men are not supposed to think like you, and we're not supposed to think like them. It's so, it's like obvious, but like women get so upset and defensive, like, especially when men are in relationships. There's usually signs when they tell you or at least express to you that, hey, don't do this, hey, do that, hey, don't do this, don't do that, and then you keep doing it, and then you expect for them to be happy, like, or not do something that makes them happy, like, clearly you're not listening, so you can't do it. They're gonna go find it somewhere else.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people, especially women, get stuck in their ways of like, I don't know, like they want to be pleased all the time, which is okay, but it's like when you're in relationships, it's like compromise, right? Like, so I don't know, like they'll make a mistake, right? And then like when you make a mistake with your partner and they tell you, no, I don't like that, but then unconsciously it keeps happening over and over again, and then like after a while you'd be like, damn, like this is me. If you can accept me for who I am, then I don't know what to tell you, type shit.
It's dumb. Like, I'm sorry, but you just said it. Like, the key words, unconscious, stuck in ways. Like, I'm sorry, I don't want to be that person. Like, if I acknowledge that I did something wrong, the whole point is to make the efforts to make it right. If not, you're going to be stuck in the cycle of unconscious behavior. It's like self-explanatory. Like, you don't have to like dive too deep into it. If you feel that you're doing something that you commit to saying that you're wrong to, and then want to make a difference, you have to make a conscious effort to change something. I don't know what that is, because every person's different, everybody's flaws are different, but I'm just saying it's a blueprint. Like, you do something wrong, you find a solution. Just saying you're wrong doesn't make the solution come about. Like, the first step is acceptance. It doesn't mean it's the whole process to problem solving.
Right.
Like,
It's just
there's
step.
multiple steps. Like, you got to keep going until you get to the solution. And I feel like a lot of people stop right there, if they even get there. But that's consciousness, that's being able to take accountability, that's able to be responsible for your human being. You know what I'm saying? And like, a lot of people don't think deep enough. They just, oh, okay, whatever, boop. And that's why they keep making mistakes. Like, we all do it, and that's part of growing. Like, as you mature, you start realizing what your flaws are. As you get to know yourself, you get to know your characteristics and stuff. And if you know that you have something that's a common pattern and that is a problem, not just to people around you, but to yourself, you need to be conscious enough to attack that issue, not just know that you had the problem and just let it continue going. Like, that's not how you get better. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to actually make the conscious effort to do things to make a different habit, to change the characteristics in you. But people don't actually sit down and look at themselves in the mirror like that long. They just figure they'll just go find somebody else to love them, and then probably damage them some more, and then leave them and go find another one, and then do the same thing, right? And then they're 50 years old, still not married, not wondering why like things are the way that they are. Like, you know why? You don't want to be conscious about it.
Yeah. And when you all do finally gain consciousness, it's too late.
Right. And then like another thing is like women are a collective group. We have something called Womanhood. We there's like 9 women to every 1 man on this planet, so there's a lot more of us than them. And the way that we maneuver in life, like, we're meant to be in packs pretty much. Like, it takes a village, like, and we're the ones that breed the children. So at the end of the day, guess who you're probably surrounded by? Your mom, your grandma, your friends, sisters, females.
Oh, that's what had came up. They had came up. Damn, what was they saying? They were like, how many kids can? It was like, women and men are not the same, right? And then he asked the question like, how many kids can a woman have in a year? And then how many kids can a man have in a year, right? Oh, and then she was like,
that's not fair.
She was like, ew, why would you even think like that? Da, 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 da. And I'm like, he's not lying though.
What do you mean? Like,
I was like, he's not lying though. If you really think about it, like, we're put on this planet to reproduce and just like, I don't know, like, just make life. We can't do that by ourselves. Oh, and that too. She was like, we need women. Da, 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 da. I was like, okay, so like eliminate men out of the world and we're all women, right? Like, then what? We're gonna be a dying species. Literally, like, we're gonna die. And same with men too. I mean,
this is why women have never been a president. Because we cannot realize that you have to make the hard decision.
If all girls just turn gay, then what? I was like, then we're just, I don't want to say, I said what I said, but I don't want to say it on YouTube, but
We just be bumping that thing together. Like what?
We'd just be
Doing
getting
nothing.
hard. And it would just be terrible.
The highest divorce and domestic violence rate is lesbian couples.
Oh yeah, we was just
Oh yeah, of
talking
course,
about
because
that.
it's fair game at that point. I can definitely understand that rule, and that's horrible, but that's realistic. Like, duh, it's a woman on woman. Men can overpower women easily, and there's a lot of women out there that think that they're men. So I can understand why they could be aggressive.
Babe,
Yeah, babe.
let me get something to drink, please.
Bruh.
Okay, I got you right now. I got you. Give me a second.
Bruh. Bruh. Bruh.
Oh, hi. I bet you're wondering where I got this wonderful liquor dispenser. Z Smoke Shop. Shop with them for your smoker needs and more. Here you go, babe.
Oh my God. You must have got this from Z Smoke Shop.
I did.
Z Smoke Shop.
Z Smoke Shop.
And another woman would actually step up to it.
But then when
It's
you actually
different.
think about it too, like me and Babe was talking about,
It's crazy.
when you actually think about it, it's statistics based off like police reports and all that other shit. But can you think about like all the domestic violence cases that women start and cause that aren't like
What?
men don't call the police.
Listen. I was just gonna
Like,
say that men are
men
not the
don't
ones
tell
calling the
people
police.
this
You know
stuff.
why? Because in reality, even if the woman started it, like 80 to 90% of the time when the police arrives, they're gonna take the man in. Because you know why? He can overpower a woman so easily. This is the same point I was just trying to make. A woman on woman is a fair game, so you never know. It can be a battle. So sometimes they need a mediator to get in. That's probably why they pick up the phone and call the cops. But in reality, listen, a man can so easily overpower a woman that even if he didn't start it, even if he touched her and stopped and diffused the problem, it's enough for her to even say that, hey, he put his hands on me. So when she calls the cops or he calls the cops, who's the cop is gonna question more than the woman? The man. It's obvious like that. Yeah, men don't call the cops like that. Like,
Yeah, men don't even tell, like, and then sometimes men don't even think of it as domestic violence when women put their hands on them. Like, they're not gonna think like, oh, she abuses me or she this or she that. Even when women, like, the way they speak to men, they don't think like, oh yeah, emotional abuse, verbal abuse. Like, that's not their first, like,
reaction to
yeah,
things.
yeah, they just
It's
don't have
just
to
my
eat
girlfriend's going off. My girlfriend is nagging. I don't know. She's pissed. Like it's different. I get that 1,000%. I have 3 brothers, so I can, and my father. Like I can only envision certain things like in that scenario, and they wouldn't do that. Like a lot of women are crybabies too. It goes back to like how we were talking about. Like women tend to have this world catered to them. Like okay. For example, she wants to talk about how why would you even want to think like that? First of all, as a woman, just because you can't do it, because if you probably could and your pregnancy was only like a 12-week term and you popped out a baby every 12 weeks, if you wanted children and loved children like that, you might pop out a lot more than just one. You're just limited to doing one because the way our body is created. Number 2, women always have like this entitlement to feeling like they should be catered to because we're women and we're fragile and we're pretty and everything, not realizing that there are other things that you offer a man that they may need too. Okay? And because we get catered to in the material world, it kind of like enables you to just be taken care of. When in reality, you're a human being too. You're an asset to this world as well. You can provide something to this world. Like, I don't understand why women feel entitled to be housewives. Like, I feel like that's a beautiful thing because it's a privilege. But in reality, is that the best you can do with your life, like your life force? Like, you're supposed to make an impact. Every human being on this planet has the potential to make an impact on this world. Maybe you're making an impact on your family, but like you can't do more than that, because regardless, you're meant to breed.
And
Period.
even then, I feel like someone, even if you do just want to chill at the house, take care of the kids, and be a housewife, right?
That's a privilege.
Yeah,
though.
it is a privilege. And then it's like, if you want that, cool, but you have to know what comes with that too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be like, oh, F men and da 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 da.
Exactly.
But I want to be in the house and cooking and cleaning and taking care of the kids, and I want to go shopping every weekend and da 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 da.
Then you can't get like that towards a person providing that lifestyle for you. Like, make it make sense. Why would you down something that is providing you with your life? Like, just think about that. What does that say about your character and how unappreciative and ungrateful you are as a person if you're downing the person that's giving you the opportunity to live life on your terms? That is no benefit to anybody else other than your seed.
Yeah, because if you really think about the reality of it,
yeah, it's a privilege.
You think about it, it'd be like, okay, I don't want to do this no more. I'm gonna leave. You're gonna have to find you another man that's gonna want to do that for you. Any woman's gonna be like, oh my God, any working woman's gonna be like, oh my God, I can't wait to like stay in the crib and take care of the kids and cook and clean. Like, you can find so many women that can take that place, but it's so hard to find a man that can actually like provide and take care of you and like, you know,
and want to
do it. Like, yeah,
that's the whole point. Like, men don't do that just for anybody. So like I said, it's a privilege. That means that the person loves you and wants you to be in that position to do so. That's not something that's just given. I'm sorry. And in reality, if you didn't have a man providing for you, guess what you'd have to do? Just guess. Just guess. You'd have to go make it yourself. And then a lot of women saying, oh, I'd have to find another man. Like, that's the best you can do with your heart and soul and brain. Like, that's it. That's the resort. It's crazy. It baffles me every time. It baffles me. I'm sorry. I come from a long line of women that, number one, we all work, but all of the women in my family are nurturers because they're nurses, they're doctors, they're women that cater to human beings. You understand what I'm saying? So I've seen beautiful aspects of both, but realizing like that women are stuck in their ways and realizing that they just feel entitled to this is crazy to me. It's a beautiful thing. It's a privilege to do that, and you need to treat it as such, because if you don't appreciate it while you have it, guess what happens when it's gone? You're gonna learn the hard way. Like, you have to learn through life. Like, life has a crazy way of teaching you lessons, and if you don't appreciate a gift that is given to you, it may be taken away.
yeah.
Real simple. It's crazy to me though. My best bet is, I'm gonna go find another man to do it. What?
Yeah, because you know,
You
women
can't
be
count
like,
on yourself to do nothing?
well,
like,
one man won't do, another man will. You know what I mean?
you can't do it for yourself? I'm sorry. I didn't think you came out your mama's womb with somebody attached to you. Like, you're a grown woman. And then on top of that, you have children, right? This is the example you're setting for your children. So when they're in a tough situation, let's say you had daughters, you think that that's the best that you can do? I'm not saying that it's wrong, but is that the best you can do? Because if you didn't find that man, that next man that was willing to do it, what would you do then? And what example would you set for your daughters?
People got to be put in those positions, though, sometimes.
And that's life, though. That's life, because some people are born into different situations in life, and I understand that. But that's why it's so important that when you have something, you need to acknowledge it and appreciate it while you have it. Even if you don't realize it, that's kind of conscious behavior. Even though you've lived like this for 25, 30, 40, 50, 60 years, guess what? Every day you wake up into that scenario of a privilege, you need to treat it as such. It's a gift. It's given, it's not earned. So treat it as such. And then when you earn things, guess what? It teaches you appreciation. So when you get those little things, you don't have to learn appreciation. Guess what? You probably have it because hard work taught you that. Because when you can sit down and relax, it feels good. Nobody has to tell you it feels good because you know what it is to work. And I'm not necessarily saying a labor job or anything. I'm just saying you committing yourself to something and knowing that it's a sacrifice for something else. until you build up to that scenario to do so. By the time you get there, that build up is what taught you those hard lessons. Whether it be saving up for a car, providing for your children, building your career, going to school, earning that degree. It can be all sorts of journeys in life. But there's a process. And that process teaches you a lot of things. Sometimes people skip the process. And by skipping the process, you skip the lessons that come with that process. So, yeah.
So, yeah. But yeah, that was my conversation with my client yesterday. It was funny though. I mean, she's not far from the girls that be on the podcast. Well, the way she was, her mindset on it or whatever. She was stuck on it, but I'm gonna need like 3 more conversations with her to get a little breakthrough. But
that's why that show's so interesting, because it makes you realize how many different types of women there are, and like. Women just get on there and just like, being themselves and speaking on their beliefs and stuff. But like some of that shit be wild.
Yeah.
Like, how do you think like that? And that's the whole point. Like,
yeah, and they get so defensive. And they be like, damn, just listen right quick. But they get views and they get money off of that.
I mean, duh. They're smart. They're
so
men providing. What you mean? They're providing entertainment. They're getting paid off of it. That's exactly why they're bringing a panel of all those girls. You think they would date all those girls?
That's what she said. She was like, I need to go on there and to say da-da-da-da. I was like, you gonna make them so much money just by saying all this stuff that you're telling me. Like, she's like, oh, I wonder how much they get paid to go on there. I'm like, I don't think they paid them to go on there. But even if they did pay them to go on there, they getting paid so much more. Just off your reaction. Like, I was like, you will make them so much money. Like,
all those girls that get the most views that they have is the one where like the girl was like fighting to get out, and she was like throwing her shoes, getting out because she got mad that he told her like get out.
And she was like, and then there was source points where she was like, he's right, but he don't gotta say it like that.
Oh man.
And I'd be like,
but who are you to tell him how he's gotta say something? You're not his lady.
It was funny. I was like, you see, that's the problem. You talk about he don't gotta say it like that. You're missing the message.
Right. Oh man, and that's another thing. Women are not men, and men are not women. They're not meant to be sweet and soft and cuddly bears like us. They're men. They're rugged. They get aggressive. They got a lot of testosterone in them. They do not think like us. Okay? We're different. So you expecting for a man to react like a woman? It's crazy.
But yeah.
60.
So, other than that though, I don't know. I used to hate Fresh and Fit until I watched a couple episodes. I used to hate it because the same way she said, why you gotta say it like that? But then when I started like watching a few more episodes and like
start realizing it opens your mind as a woman. Like,
yeah, I was
okay,
like,
wait a minute. Do you want to be like this girl, or you want to be like that girl, or you want to be like that, or you want to be like that? Who are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's your natural reaction? And then if you see that you get defensive or you get upset about certain subjects, stop and think why. You know?
Yeah, that's really why I started watching it. Because like, you know how much of an advantage you would have on like in just the dating world period and finding a man that you actually want if you just actually listen to them. Like, instead of feeling like, oh, he don't gotta talk to me like that. He ain't gotta da-da-da-da. He's literally telling you what men want. He's telling you how to do it. Probably not the best way to say it, but I mean, you gotta think it's YouTube and like, it's all based on views, and that's literally, he's bringing a bunch of women to the table and telling them what's wrong with them. And that's why they're screaming and yelling and getting defensive. But it's like, all right.
But is he wrong?
Right. And
but
then
is he
for
wrong?
the most part, at the end of the episodes, they end up like listening and turning around and like, you know.
Yeah. That's the whole point. It makes you start reevaluating who you are and like how you think and stuff. Like, it's not meant to cater to you and your emotions in that moment. Like, he's just telling you what it is. It is what it is. You like it or you don't. Ahí está la puerta.
It's not like Biggie. Oh, you don't be watching her things, huh?
No.
She be talking English and Spanish. She be having her like I don't know. You'll see it. I'll tell you. But
That's
yeah,
just Miami.
she's from New York though.
That's what I'm saying. That's just
awesome.
Miami though. Spanglish out here.
But yeah, that's just a random topic.
Mm-hmm.
How y'all feel about it? It's probably gonna be women like they're brainwashed.
Okay.
They're brainwashed.
Oh man. You need help.
God.
You need help and guidance. And the first step for you is to accept.
Acknowledgement.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And go look in the mirror. Okay?
Okay.
Mm. Sip tea.
Talking to me in the mirror.
So this Wednesday is going to be about polytalk. I mean, maybe next time you guys can go ahead and send us some comments on topics you guys want to talk about. You know, we can talk about anywhere from the feminine perspective and poly lifestyles to what our daily lives like, the children aspect, like maybe, I don't know. You guys can give us ideas, but I know we want to brush up on certain things that you guys always ask us about, like, and we've answered pretty much like the sleeping arrangements and like,
Yeah,
the
like,
simple
you know,
basic stuff. So it'd be fun if we get engaged in more in-depth conversations about the topic. Like, you know, for example, I've had people reach out and say, hey, look, I've been with my husband 15 years and I'm interested in the lifestyle, but I don't know how to go about it. That'd be a cool topic to talk about, you know, like things like that. As far as us, we're just building our zsmokeshop.com and zmoderngallery.com.
Yeah, go check it out. I'll put the links in the description.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll put a screenshot right here.
Okay. All the fun stuff you can find on zsmokeshop.com and all your home goods and decor and just cool items that you would love to have around your house, you can find at zmoderngallery.com.
Yep. There goes another visit.
More visits.
All right. Well, like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. We'll see y'all next video.
Peace.
Bye.